So some may remember that I said that when I hit 100 subscribers, I would be reviewing the Tales of Zestiria movie, Dawn of the Shepherds, and I originally planned to have it out the same week that I hit 100 subscribers. But I got sick that week and I was already a little behind on the anime reviews, so I had to push this and then hope that I could catch up to the animes and then find time to review this. However, I never got that. So yesterday I sat down and decided, enough, now I'm gonna watch this and see if it's any good and get that out of the way. And before you ask, is this as good as Tales of Vesperia's movie? I cannot compare that because I've not played the Tales of Zestiria game, unlike Tales of Vesperia, before I watched this. And the reason for that, as people who has watched my unboxing will know, is because they forgot to include the soundtrack in the collector's edition, which made me really pissed because I have the American one. So if I was to send it back to where I had purchased it, I would lose money. If I was to get them to send it to a friend and then have him send it to me, I would lose money. However, I'm not as pissed over that because that's easily obtainable compared to the fuck up they did with Sword Art Online Lost Songs Legacy Edition, where they forgot to include the DLC code for Sword Art Online Re-Halo Fragment. And I've not been able to obtain that. I've talked with both the place I purchased it and Namco Bandai, and they have not been able to produce a code. It pisses me the fuck off. But let's get into the movie. And this movie, it takes place before the the game actually starts. And in this movie, we see how our main character Shriek, he obtains the glove that we see him wear in the game, which carries the mark of the Shepherds, which is some really special people of the legend who appears in a time of need, basically when the darkness is about to overtake the world and drives it back and then vanishes shortly after. Which could mean that when he has done his shepherd work, because I'm pretty sure he will become the shepherd, he will just go away. Maybe it means that he goes back to Asgard, which is the place he is currently living, which is the place where all the seraphs like Miglia is living, and the seraphs is really special because seraphs cannot be seen by normal humans like Alicia here. However, because Sheik, he grew up in the village amongst all the shepherds, he can see them. But to normal people, let's say example that Mikla here, he wants to lift the skirt of Alicia. She would just think it was the wind, or if he was to send a tsunami to the village, she would just think it was a natural disaster because she cannot see Miklia. She can, however, feel that there is other people, but she cannot see them. So yeah, there's a big difference. But how does Shriek and Alicia meet? They actually meet when him and Miklia are exploring a ruin that predates the Asgard. At least that's what he says. However, there's currently no technology to, shall I say, determine the age of this building, so they cannot be sure that it predates it. And when they are about to leave, a thunder is coming and sending them down into a hole where they find Alicia, which the last thing she remembers is that she was walking through a forest, which most likely is the forest that belongs to the Gran, which is the seraph leader in Asgard. And Shriek, he feels sorry for her and takes her to the village, which angers the Gran because, as he says, inviting humans into their domain always invites disaster. And here, I don't know what they mean with disaster. Does they mean like bad things like thunder or stuff, or does they mean things like the Hellion that shows up and kills one of the seraphs and eats him before leaving again with the words, "I had better get to search for my main course." Is that what he means? Because I don't know what it means. I could maybe have had an idea if I have watched, not watched, played the movie, not played the, played the game. Sorry, played the game. If I played that, so I don't know. However, even thought it in, he still cares about Shriek, and he actually allows Alicia to stay until she is ready to return because he don't want to drive her away, which of course could cause her to come back with a huge force and then tries to conquer this place. He basically wants to ensure that she leaves on good terms as a friend, so that's why. And but Alicia cannot see the Seraph, so she thinks that Shriek he actually lives alone. And also Alicia, she's also like Shriek very interested in the legend of the Shepherd. So yeah, you could start to ship them. And so far she is the only girl that I know of. Or well, there's also the girl with the parasol, umbrella. However, she doesn't show up in this movie. It's only those three characters from the game that shows up. And let's just say like this: Shriek and Alicia, they they have a hunt together, and oh man, I like their interaction. And then when she says that she's sorry when she's about to leave the village, when she is to leave the village, that she hadn't given him her name before she leaves. However, I think there's more to Alicia than just a normal night because when Shriek he realizes that what the Hellion was after was not people in this village. It actually only came because Alicia was there, because it searched for her to eat her. I don't know why it wanted to eat her. I don't know that. Maybe the answer is in the game. I must really have to play that one day. I really have to play that. So he decides that he, in the middle of the night, is gonna leave the village. However, that doesn't go entirely to his plan because Mikkel has already realized that it was after Alicia and that Streak was most likely gonna leave. And now I understand why Mikkel is a little bit, trying to keep Alicia and Shriek away from each other because he's afraid that Shriek will leave and never come back and be to them because the Gran he said when Shriek he is leaving he will live amongst the humans and never come back, which is sad, which is really sad. However, Mikkel he still goes with Shriek and they start the journey to find Alicia and most likely we are gonna join up with her and save her from that Hellion, which may be the enemy through the entire game. I don't know, but as I said, she may be something more because in the ruined he finds, as of Miklia, he finds a dagger which belongs to someone in the royal family. So she may be a princess. I don't know, but I must say this movie has actually been really good. I enjoyed a lot. And it's actually made me kind of want to play the game, which, considering how angry I am at Namco Bandai for that fuck up they did, is a big thing. So yeah, they did a really good job. I can only commend them. But with that said, all I have left to say is have a good day, good night wherever you are, and I will see you later, guys. Cheers!